we are going to start new topic. Name of the topic is business forecasting. Business forecasting. Let us discuss first of all meaning of the word forecasting. Any of you know the meaning of forecasting? What do you mean by forecasting?
To
uh,
think about future.
to think to think about the future or to
Correct.
forecast future.
Perfect. Means forecasting, that means prediction about future. That is the forecasting. And we have to study business forecasting. That means we have to study future of any particular business. So this is considered as very important topic for number of persons, and especially for commerce students it is considered as the most important topic. uh, how your business will grow up, or what should be uh, steps we require to take to achieve something in future. That is we require to study in this topic, business forecasting. So here we have to predict about future. There are number of techniques available for business forecasting. Out of them, we have to study only two techniques in detail in this particular chapter according to our syllabus. Now, uh, out of that two techniques, we are familiar with one technique up to certain level that we already discussed in our last lecture or last chapter, that is by using regression. And what we have to study, what we did in our last chapter, that is regression, it is limited to linear regression only. If it is not linear, then what to do, that we have to study in this chapter, that is in business forecasting. Okay. Let us take one small example to get the better idea about why we have to study this chapter. See, suppose I am dealing in stock market. I know the price of any of the company in stock market, let us say Reliance, for last few years. Let us say I know the price in 1st January 1999. The price of Reliance is something. 1st January 2000, the price of Reliance, that data is also available. 2001, we know the price on 1st January for this company Reliance, up to let us say 2020, we know the price of Reliance company in stock market, Reliance Industry in stock market. For this much years we know the price. Now on the basis of this, if I want to estimate the price of Reliance Industry in stock market in 2025, then how to predict that thing? So we know that there is one method to find out the answer of this question. That is nothing but regression. You can consider this is year is X, this is Y, and you can use the regression line. That is one of the technique. Regression line is one of the technique to forecast or to estimate or to predict. Okay. Any of you know any another method for this particular problem? Any another method to solve this problem? Any of you know? there are number of methods for forecasting. Few methods you are familiar with that you already studied in your 12th standard. Can you tell me any other method?
Least square method.
Yeah, least square method. That is the method. You are absolutely right. But that least square method. Uh, by using this least square method, we are able to forecast. That is perfectly correct answer. You are right. And this method, that is, you can say that the method related to regression only. Means to find out the regression line, we have to use this method, least square method. To find out the regression line, no doubt, least square method is useful for uh, any number of other type of data, not only linear but quadratic, exponential. So least square method is one of the technique. You are absolutely right. Then any other method? See, in least square method, the same method we have to study here in this particular chapter, business forecasting in detail. And according to our syllabus, we have to study two type of line. One is linear and other one is a quadratic. A linear line, that means y equal to a plus bx, and that is related to regression line only. And quadratic means y equal to a plus bx plus cx square. Now, what is the disadvantage in a regression line if it is linear? Always we have a graph like straight line like this or this. So always it's like increasing trend or decreasing trend. But in practical life, it is not necessary always we have a increasing trend or decreasing trend. Maybe there are this type of cycles are there. So in that situation, how to predict? That is, we have to study in this quadratic equation. So no doubt this least square method is one of the method, 101% it is true for forecasting, and it is considered one of the best method. Okay, any another method any of you know?
सर स्क्रीन नहीं दिख रहा.
Okay, is it a problem for everybody?
No, sir.
No,
I
sir.
see screen.
Okay, so I think there is some problem from your side. You log out and then log in, maybe you will see the screen. Try for that. Okay, any another method any of you know?
Time series.
Time series, you are absolutely right. There is one other method, time series. Yes, perfect. By using time series, see what is the definition of time series? Any series which is related to time is known as time series. So by using time series, definitely we are able to forecast. So that is another method, time series. Perfect. Then it is
Index
true.
number.
Index number, yes, that is perfect. By using index number, you can forecast. So there are technique in index number by using which we are able to forecast about future. Perfect. So you are familiar with few techniques, and regression line is also obviously one of the technique, and that is nothing but it is related to what? Least square method only. So there are number of methods available. One, that is index number. Perfect. Second one, extrapolation. Any of you know the meaning of extrapolation? It is one of the technique for forecasting. There is one topic, interpolation and extrapolation, and by using that you can forecast. So that is also one of the technique. Regression analysis, obviously you are familiar with that one. Economic models. So if we are able to convert, what is the definition of economical models? Converting economical situations into mathematical form, that is known as economical models, and by using that mathematical form you can predict about future related to economics, like what is the supply demand, you know, that demand law, supply law, and there is some mathematics in that, and that is why it is known as the economical model. Graphical method, that is also considered as one of the important method for forecasting. Opinion poll, by using sample survey uh, we are able to forecast about the future. One of the best example for opinion poll is exit poll. Exit poll, that means what? They before, after the election and before the result of election, they survey, some of the agencies survey people regarding the selection of particular party, and on the basis of that they are able to predict about which party will get how many seats. So that is the method, that the method is known as the opinion poll method. Then obviously this we have to study in detail in this chapter, method of least square and this exponential smoothing. So these two are the method, these two method we have to study in detail in this chapter. And the next one and the last one, see, this is the limited number of methods according to our syllabus. For theory point of view, you have to learn up to this input output analysis. That is also one of the method, but it is beyond of our syllabus. Maybe in 5th sem or 6th sem we will discuss this in detail, input output analysis. But in first semester we have to study these two methods in detail. One is method of least square and other one is exponential smoothing. And in method of least square, number of relations are possible between these two x and y. Number of relations. And on the basis of that relation, we get the idea about the type of relation. See, if relation is like y equal to a plus bx, that means linear. Y equal to a plus bx plus cx square, that means quadratic. Y equal to a plus bx plus cx square plus dx cube, that is cubic. Then biquadratic. Y equal to e raised to x, that is exponential, or 3 raised to x, or 2 into 5 raised to x, or 2 into e raised to 3x. These are exponential relations. So in exponential relation, power should be related to variable. So that is exponential relation. There are some another relation like logarithm relation. So y equal to log x, or y equal to 3 plus 2 log x, that is, or you can write 3x minus 2x log x, like this. So this is x logarithm relation. So there is some relation between x and y. Now see, in according to our syllabus, in exam it is clearly given that use the linear trend or use the quadratic trend. So just you have to learn how to use that thing here. But in practical life you have to decide what is the actual relation between x and y, and that is why you require some software to know the relationship between x and y. And that is possible, but that is also beyond of our syllabus. Here we have to study very limited part. Okay, so let us start method of least square. And here we have to study two methods. One is linear trend for linear trend or straight line. Linear trend or straight line. So we know the relation between x and y according to the linear trend. So suppose y equal to a plus bx is a equation of straight line. Now by using least square method, we get following two normal equations. Now see, we have to use this least square method. How to use this least square method, that is also beyond of our syllabus, because it's require some extra knowledge to know about this particular method, which is beyond of our syllabus. So just you have to learn up to this, like by using this least square method we get following two normal equations. So you have to learn these two equations. One equation is sigma y equal to na plus b sigma x, that is equation 1, and second equation is sigma xy equal to a sigma x plus b sigma x square. If any of the student have any question like how to obtain these two equation, so for that you require to know about one topic that is known as the partial differentiation. You are familiar with this particular word, differentiation, derivative, but to know about this particular method you require something extra, that is partial differentiation. So that which is also beyond of our syllabus, so it is very difficult to explain how to obtain this two equation without knowing about partial differentiation. Okay, but we already discussed this particular method in regression. What we have to do in this particular method, the name of the method is what? Least square method. Here we have to minimize the error sum of square. We have to minimize the error sum of square. Error sum of square, that we have to minimize. Error, that means what? Y minus y cap. What is y cap? That is what? Estimated value of y. And what is y? That is what? Actual value of y. So if we have a actual value of different values of y, and if we estimate different values of y for the given values of x, for given values of x we have a actual value of y and estimated value of y by using any of the equation. Now if we find the difference of these two, maybe we have some positive value, some negative value, ultimately we get total 0. And if we take square, and if we add this and still it is 0, that is possible only in one situation. Can you tell me which situation this type of uh, values is possible? Sigma error square is 0. Any of you know? There is only one situation
When
in which, yeah,
error,
pardon?
when there is no error,
Yeah, when there is no error. So the value of y and y cap both are same. So whatever your estimated value and actual value, if all are same, then obviously all values are 0 and that total is 0. So okay, now this is very rare situation, because whatever your prediction and whatever the actual thing, if they are same, then whatever your prediction, it is considered as the best prediction. But normally we have a always there is some error is possible. It is very difficult to get that type of situation. Okay, now tell me, instead of 0, if we have a total 10 or 100 or 1000 or 10,000, which one is the, if we have a choice to select one, so which one is the best out of these 5? Means if we want to select a equation or predicted value, then if we have this 5 values, then obviously if we have this type of particular situation is possible, then we can say that it is the baseline. But if this is not possible, then we have to try to minimize, the error sum of square. We have to try to minimize the error sum of square, and that is why the name of the method is least means minimum, square. Why we have to take square? Because we know that the total of y minus y cap is always 0, means total error is always 0. So we have to take square because there are few positive value, few negative values. Okay, but it is beyond of our syllabus. Just forget that particular part. Just forget that particular part. It is not required according to our syllabus. Okay. Once again, let us discuss this linear trend in trend. Suppose y equal to a plus bx is a linear equation where a and b are constants, where a and b are constant, x and y are variable. Variable means here in our previous example, what is x and y? So x is time or year, and y is the price of Reliance Industry. So we have different values of x and y. On the basis of different values of x and y, we have to find out the value of a and b, and once we know a and b for given value of x, we can predict the value of y. That is the concept in regression that we already know. So by using by using least square method, we get this two equation. So last one is sigma xy equal to a plus a sigma x plus b sigma x square. These two equations, if we solve, so if we have different values of x and y, listen, so add, we get sigma x, add the values of y, we get sigma y, multiply x with y, corresponding values of x and y, so and add that, we get sigma xy, and take square of x, different values of x, and add that, we get sigma x square, and number of observations, that is nothing but n. Substitute all values in this two and solve that two equation, we get the value of a and b. Okay, now let us discuss about second line. That means what? Quadratic equation for quadratic equation or quadratic trend. It is also known as second degree parabola. So second degree parabola means quadratic equation. So let us start. Suppose y equal to a plus bx plus cx square is the equation of second degree parabola, where a, b, c are constant. By using least square method, we get following three normal equations. Now the question is, why here we require three equations? The answer is there are three unknown here, a, b and c. In previous linear trend there are only two unknown, a and b, so we require two equations. Here there are three unknown, so we require three normal equations, and by using least square method it is possible to obtain three normal equations. The normal equations are 1 sigma y equal to na plus b sigma x plus c sigma x square. See, from this equation, you can learn this one. Take the summation in each step. At each of the term, take summation. If we take sigma, then we get sigma y equal to sigma a plus sigma bx plus sigma cx square. This c is a constant you can take outside. So we get c sigma x square. This b is a constant you can take outside. So we get b sigma x. And sigma a you can take a outside. So we get sigma 1. Sigma 1 is nothing but 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1. And 1 plus 1 plus 1 n times. That is nothing but 1 plus 1 plus 1. 3 times we get 3. 1 plus 1 plus 1 10 times we get 10. So 1 plus 1 plus 1 n times we get n. So if we take a outside, we get sigma 1, and sigma 1 is nothing but what? N. So we get Na. So our formula becomes sigma y equal to Na plus b sigma x plus c sigma x square. That is the way to learn this formula. Okay. Then how to learn the second equation? Just multiply this by x, this equation by x, multiply this by x. So what we get? Xy equal to ax plus bx square plus cx cube. Now take summation to each term. Sigma xy equal to sigma ax. A is a constant, so you can take outside. So you can write like this: a sigma x plus b sigma x square plus c sigma x cube. That is our equation 2. That is the way to learn this normal equation. And now multiply this by x square. So x square y equal to a x square plus b x cube plus c x raised to 4, and then take summation. So sigma x square y equal to a sigma x square plus b sigma x cube plus c sigma x raised to 4. We get third equation. Once again, see, it is very easy to learn. First, what is the coefficient of a here? What is the coefficient of a? That is nothing but what? 1. So multiply this by 1 and take sigma. So we get first equation. So no need to multiply it by 1. Okay, then coefficient of b, that is what? X. So multiply it by x and then take summation. Then coefficient of c, that is what? X square. So multiplied by x square and then take summation. That is the way to learn. That is the way to learn how to, that is the way to learn equations, normal equations. Okay, now solving this three normal equations, we are able to find out the value of a, b and c. And once we know the value of a, b and c for the given value of x, we are able to find out the value of y. Now see, if we have different values of x and y, to find out all these three equations, what we require to do? We have to add this. So sigma x, sigma y, then we have to take x square, x cube, x raised to 4. We have to add all these values. So we get sigma x square, sigma x cube, sigma x raised to 4. Then we have to multiply different values of x with corresponding values of y, and we have to add that. We get sigma xy. Then x square into y, and we have to add that value, so we get sigma x square into y. And if we and n is the number of values of x or y, so we have different values of, sorry, we have a value of n. And once we have all these values, substitute all these values in these three equations, solve that three equations, so you will get the value of a, b and c. And once we get the value of a, b and c for the given value of x, for the given value of x, you can estimate the value of y, and that estimated value is based on this quadratic equation. That means by using linear trend. So sorry, by using second degree parabola. The same way you can obtain a and b by for linear trend. So this see, what is the disadvantage in regression line? It is only considered as linear trend, but every time it is not like linear trend. So we have to go sometimes for this type of equation, that is quadratic. We will discuss this linear as well as quadratic in detail in our next lecture. So this is enough for today. Now, if you have any question, any doubt, you can ask your doubt.